morning, second grade. Today we are going to start a new block called the Jataka Fables. So find a cozy chair, grab a blanket, and come and listen to my story. Once upon a time, at the top of a hill, there was a woods, a beautiful woods of silk cotton trees, and in that woods there lived a flock of parrots. Now who ruled over them was a beautiful king and queen. These king and queen parrots had no child of their own until near the end of their life, when they had become quite old. They finally had a prince parrot. This prince parrot was so beautiful with the most lovely colored feathers. And as he grew up, he wasn't just beautiful, large and strong, he was also quite wise. And one day he came to his parents and said, "Dear ones, now that I am grown and strong, I will go bring you food from the fields with the flock that I fly with. Together we will come back and we will fill our beaks so that you no longer have to leave the woods." So, just as the prince parrot had said, he flew out in search of food. One day, they came to the most beautiful field. It was more fertile than any other field they had seen before. The rice field was lush and thick and full of life. After they had eaten all they needed, he said, "I must take this back to my parents." He gathered as much as he could in his beak. He barely could hold any more. And he flew up into the sky with his flock. As he flew away, a farmer's helper was startled by the movement and saw the flock flying into the woods. He ran back to his master and said, "Master, our field, our most fertile field, the one with the most lush rice, is being eaten by a flock of parrots. But there is one in the flock who is so beautiful, more beautiful than any other parrot I have ever seen. I believe that each day they come and feed from the grains." The owner of the field thought about this for a minute, and then he said, "Now, what I would like you to do is make a trap of horsehair and catch this beautiful parrot for me. Bring him back alive now. Do not harm him." So the next day, the farmer's helper made a trap of horsehair. He put it into the field where there was the most lush rice plants. He even put some more dried rice on the ground to lure over the parrot. And sure enough, the flock came as the sun was just reaching noon. Now, the young parrot went straight for the most lush area so he could collect as much as he could for his parents. But he went right into the trap, and as he went into the trap, his foot got snared. And just as the farmer had hoped, he was caught. Now the young parrot decided not to cry out or call for help. He did not want to scare the flock. He wanted them to eat as much as he could and not be frightened by the fact that he was caught. So he waited until they had eaten their fill, and then he called out. The flock came over to see what they could do, but they were skittish and scared, and as soon as there was movement in the field, they all flew away. And the prince parrot was left alone. He started to cry bitterly. "What have I done? I'm all alone. There's no one here to help me. Why did they leave me so fast? Where is their courage to stay with me?" Before long, the farmer's helper came, and there he saw his trap had worked. He joyously seized the bird and said, "Why, you are the very one I wish to catch today." He carefully brought back the prince parrot to his master. The farmer took the parrot gently in his hands and said, "Dear bird, you are the most beautiful little parrot I have ever seen in my entire life. Were you hiding in my fields today, eating all my rice? Aren't there other fields you go to? You are eating all my grain, you naughty little bird." The parrot replied in a very sweet human voice, "A duty I fulfill each day, a treasure do I store away." "Tell me," said the farmer, "what is the duty you fulfill and the treasure which you store away?" "My duty," said the parrot, "is to bring food to my parents who are old and cannot fly. And my treasure is a forest of love that I live in. And that forest, there are those who are sick and weak and need help, and I am there to help them. When they are hungry, I bring them food. When they are sick, I take care of them." On hearing this, the old farmer said, "The field belongs to you, to all of you, your whole flock. Fly back to your parents, bring them as much as you can carry. They are waiting for you. And each day, please return to my field, for it is now yours as much as it is mine. For I have never heard of such a noble deed from such a beautiful animal." The dear parrot quickly flew back to the woods where his parents were calling for him. And all the other parrots gathered around and listened to the young parrot's story. The parrots in the woods united, and they lived happily ever after, enjoying the fields the farmer had granted them. And if things haven't changed, they are still the same today. Snip, snap, snout, my tale's told